Hey friends, welcome back to this Self-Love Tea. If you're new here, my name is Renee Love. I'm the CEO and founder of Modern Day Wise Woman, the owner of Couronne Apothecary. I'm a self-love coach, and here we talk about all things self-love, energy medicine, spirituality, and holistic health. Make yourself at home. Check out the other videos. This is a series called Self-Love Tea. I also have a series called Self-Love Masterclass. You should definitely check it out if you really enjoy this video. I feel like this is not a class, this Self-Love Tea really should be a class. So I probably will do a class on this. But quick message for today is, do you know you're beautiful? Like, do you find yourself attractive? Do you find yourself handsome? Whether it's beautiful or handsome, do you see that in yourself? A lot of us are seeking validation. Sorry, that's a little itchy. A lot of us are seeking validation, okay? So we're waiting for other people to tell us that we're beautiful in order for us to feel beautiful. And it's understandable. When we grow up as children, we look around, we look at the world around us to tell us what is beautiful. That's where the beauty standard is created, okay? And then if our parents tell us we're beautiful, or if people tell us we're beautiful, that's what lets us know, okay? Validation, I am beautiful, okay? But what happens, friends, if you didn't receive that validation? What if you received the opposite? What if people told you that you were ugly or unattractive, or that you're too skinny or too fat or too dark or too black, too pale, too round, too many freckles, not enough this, not enough that, no shape, no curve, you don't have enough muscles, you look like a girl, you know, all these kinds of things, right? It affects your self-esteem, it affects your sense of self. It makes you feel like you're not enough, you're not good enough. And so what a lot of us end up doing throughout teenage into adulthood is we then try to find things to make ourselves fit into whatever the beauty standard is at the time. You know, hairstyles are changing, clothing and fashion is always changing. So, you know, those kinds of things will always change. But things like body type, color, shape, size, weight, these kinds of things, generally for the last, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, they've generally been the same with some changes. Some changes, I'll note, it used to be more attractive in the Western world to have, a flatter behind. Now it's not, right? We know that. Because we see celebrities changing their bodies to have figures, shapes, or behinds that look a little bit more like people of other races and cultures outside of the Western. No, I can't even say it that way. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? You know what I'm saying, right? So in some ways, certain things have changed. Bigger lips, bigger behinds, that sort of thing, bigger breasts. But generally speaking, things like skin tone, skin color, size of nose, shape of nose, eyes, hair, age, these kinds of things have not changed in a long time. Muscular build for men, being more athletic, that sort of thing. Some of you are going to try to say, well, dad bod, okay, yeah, I know that's in there now. Or women being thicker, curvier, that's more in now. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't change the fact, though, that those things like the dad bod or thicker, plus size women, that sort of thing, that's more of a new phenomenon, and there's a smaller percentage of people that find these bodies attractive versus the standard, thinner, more athletic body. So where am I going with this? The reason I'm talking to you about this is because a lot of us are waiting to either meet the standard, to receive validation from other people before we find ourselves attractive. before we see ourselves as beautiful, handsome, attractive. And the thing to understand is that there are always going to be some people that won't find you attractive. And the more you don't meet a traditional beauty standard, or whatever the hierarchy of beauty standard is, the more people, generally speaking, will find you less attractive. And so if you wait on the world or on society to tell you if you're attractive, if you wait for some guy to tell you that you're beautiful before you find yourself attractive, if you wait for some woman to tell you that you're sexy or that you're fine before you find yourself attractive, you could find yourself waiting a very good long time and being insecure and not feeling good about yourself. Love yourself, accept yourself first. And there are generally some rules, and I'll talk about this again when I do a full class, but here are the basics, okay? Is love yourself. Easier said than done. I understand that, so I'm going to give you the quick rundown. First, look at yourself and see what you like and see what you don't like. Understand if you don't like something, why you don't like something. Is it because you fundamentally don't like it, or is it because you've been taught not to like it by society? If you've been taught not to like it, then you can unlearn that. For example, there was a time when maybe women of color or black women didn't think that their skin was beautiful because the standard was something else, everything other than being dark skinned. Now you can see that dark skinned women are unlearning that and are really finding their skin beautiful as it is. Me being an example, because I'm a dark skinned woman. So that is an example of unlearn what you learned. Now, if you truly do not like something and it's not something that you want to unlearn, you just, for yourself, you're like, this doesn't meet my own standard, do something about it then. Change it, work on it, change it, do whatever you need to do to change it. Because if you don't like it and you continue to be self-loathing with yourself, you are going to be insecure and lack confidence, and that is going to create a whole range of other issues with the way that people treat you and who you attract, etc., etc. Now, if you cannot change this thing that you do not like, then you need to accept it. Accept it, embrace it, integrate it. It doesn't mean that you have to jump out of bed and say how happy you are about it, but it means that you need to know your worth and your value, even with this thing or this part of yourself, whatever has happened that you do not like. You are more than your nose, if it's your nose you don't like, although if it is your nose that you don't like and you are unwilling to find beauty in it, you could change it, but so that's not a good example, but I'm talking about things that you cannot change, okay? Certain things that, you know, maybe there's a scar or something like that. It's not going away. It's not going anywhere. Genetically, the shape of, you know, your legs or these kinds of things, not going away, not changing. You know, you can sculpt your body, you can do different things to change it, but it's not changing. It's who you are. It's how you were born, or it's what happened to you. And I would say that you're no less beautiful. But if you find yourself like in that situation, self-acceptance is the key here. This is what needs to be worked on, and these are the things that you want to begin to explore and practice. Because validating yourself is more important than other people validating you. When you're able to do it for yourself, you will have power, and you will attract the people that will find you attractive and stop dating or looking out for or pulling in people that do not find you attractive and do not treat you with respect. And that's the tea. I'll see you all in the next video.